new manager.
What's your first opinion on it all?
Well, first of all, I didn't really know who I wanted. Like when you looked at the list of bookies' favourites, nothing was really.
I think the list on the favourites was a bit shit, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. There was.
When I'm seeing Steve Evans, Lee Clark.
Yeah, Kevin Nolan.
Yeah, I mean
that was no. Everything was just a list of no's, and I didn't want Adam Barrett. Not yet.
No,
not yet.
No. Give it a couple of years, maybe.
Yeah, because we've literally just come out of the ex-player role, and that went horrendously, to be perfectly honest. But no, I wasn't amazed by the appointment, but I'll take it. We've got 6 games to save our season, which I've said it all season that I don't think we've got a bad squad at all. I just think there's been a lot of holes in the coaching, just simple things like we've just looked pretty clueless attacking and defending set pieces, for example, and it's just like that's done on the training ground.
Yeah.
So how good has the coaching been? And by all accounts, Kevin Bond is a very well-travelled coach.
Like who's in the claim with 6 games to go?
Yeah,
really.
Exactly.
I mean, he's probably accepted it on the basis, I'd assume, that he's been told if you can keep up, there's a chance you can have another job.
It's Ron protecting his investment, isn't it? We've made it quite clear in the last 2 seasons with the sacking of Phil Brown and now Chris Powell. League 2 is not an option for him.
No.
It's not an option. That's why he's had to act. I still personally think he might have acted a little bit too late this time.
I think this time definitely.
But he's acted, and yeah, League 2 is definitely not an option for him and his whole stadium development. It may not ever happen in League 1, but it certainly don't happen in League 2.
No,
so he can't let us get relegated, which I'm obviously very happy about because it's shit.
Yeah. The fault of League 2.
The fault of League 2 just sends shivers down my spine. You look at that league table and it's just horrible. It's horrible.
There is some right.
Like going back to Morecambe, no thanks.
No.
And he probably was top of the list of coaches that would have taken it for 6 games.
The highest experienced coach you're going to get.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not going to get much more experience from a coach that's going to come for 6 games.
No, and I think it does all sort of fall into place now because I thought it was odd that there was never any announcement on Kevin Keane when Powell went, and then the day after Matthew went. Kevin Keane was kind of just sitting around, just.
Well, I said to you, didn't I? I was like, I wonder if he's been kept on to, because by all accounts, he's a really good coach.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that he's a really good coach.
I don't know if you'd heard.
I don't know what he does. But...
There was a story from Tim Lin did a dinner with the Shrimpers Trust a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, right.
And he'd told some people there that even just the brief spell he had with him last season, he thinks he's one of the best coaches he's ever worked with.
I mean, I don't actually know how well, because I know there's a link with Keane at West Ham, if you know what I mean, but I don't has Keane and Bond and Redknapp worked together before, or I mean,
I don't know without looking it up. I think they might have done.
Yeah,
but it would have been West Ham. Would it have been West Ham?
I honestly have no idea. I mean, I wouldn't have thought it'd been Tottenham. Suggest that's the link, but.
Maybe it's
I thought Keane was there with Allardyce, with West Ham.
And then it was always
wanted to play together.
The third leg of the tripod at Tottenham was Joe Jordan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't Keane.
No. So
yeah, it's an interesting link, and then obviously today we've chucked Harry in the mix as well, haven't we? What do you think about that? But you spoke to me the other night and just said if that ever got officially announced, you'd just laugh at it.
Again, I would just laugh at it. It was. I actually do really like Harry almost as a bloke.
Oh, Harry's one of my favourite ever football personalities.
Yeah, he's a great personality.
I think he's brilliant.
But for the role he's supposedly having now at the moment, which sounds like he's there as Bond's best mate, but I'd be amazed if he's not spoke to Ron already at some point. I'm just guessing, but I mean, it just seems a bit odd that he would just turn up.
Yeah, well, he's commented. I don't know if you've read it. He's commented on the chairman, but he doesn't say he spoke to him.
Right.
He's just like, oh, blah blah blah. It's a great club, great chairman, blah blah. He doesn't out and out say that he spoke to Ron.
Yeah.
But he does mention him. So yeah, he's not just going to rock up from.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do really like Harry, and I think if he's coming literally as almost an advisory role to be around the squad, giving them a bit of encouragement, I actually think it's a massive plus. I
Yeah.
think you'd get a real buzz of
Yeah.
Harry being there. I mean, this is at the end of the day, it's a bloke that arguably could have / should have managed England.
Yeah.
Has managed Spurs, West Ham. You know, he's won the FA Cup with Portsmouth. He's a big name in English football. I don't think he's coached in a million years, from what I've read, but he knows how to get the best out of players.
Bond has always been the.
Moment, to be honest with you, you need someone that's going to go in and say, right, we're going to play this way for the 6 games.
Yeah.
And just go out and enjoy yourself almost, really.
Yeah, I think that's massive.
To lose now.
I think they will make changes. I think Bond will make changes to the team.
I think he has to, really.
But just keep the same shape. Just let's start with the shape, because we've turned up for games all season where I don't think we've played the same formation 2 games in a row.
We went through that spell, didn't we, quite early on? Well, I say early on, I think it was roughly when we played. I remember Wimbledon being a game where I went, oh, he's changed formation again. So the couple of days before that, there was a little period where we just kept changing the shape every game. I think that game we played 3/5 at the back. I get, obviously, the main problem we had this year has obviously been injuries, obviously. But
I don't think anyone's taken away from the fact we've had some horrendous luck with injuries. Of course we had. You'd be an idiot trying to say we haven't.
I think on record, there probably isn't any other team that's had that many serious injuries.
No.
I'd be amazed if there is.
Or do we have 4 with the same ACL injury?
And then 3 of them were in 2 weeks, isn't that?
Yeah.
So was it Hopper, Coker and...
Well, Hopper did his Tuesday night game against Walsall.
Yeah.
The following game was Sunderland.
His knees, he'd had an injury in that game as well.
Yeah, he did. I think that was the same game. Then Lennon broke his leg that game.
That was it, and there's that one, yeah.
And then the
following... It might not have been Dimitri.
The following game of that was Sunderland, and Coker done his. So we're 2 in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean...
2 players that would have been like the first 2 names on the team sheet.
Yeah, to be honest with you...
Do the same injury.
I thought Hopper was exactly what we needed, and I'm a massive fan of Coker anyway. I thought he was absolutely flying before he got injured. I mean, his forward play, it's always been his strongest part, but I think he's just a technically good footballer. You still want to almost have a set way of playing, having a set.
Yeah, I think as soon as that happened, especially the Hopper one, we massively lost their identity, because those stats come out a couple of weeks ago that we've played the most long passes in the division.
Yeah. And
for about 85% of this season, we've had Simon Cox up front by himself.
Yeah,
I don't know how accurate Wikipedia is, but says Simon Cox is 5'11".
Yeah.
He's not a target man, is he?
What are we expecting, really, in terms of these next 6 games? Not necessarily, because I don't necessarily think you can.
I don't really know what to expect.
I
don't know what to expect. But from the 6 games we've got left, we need 3 wins.
I think he's right in what he's saying, as in we're going to make sure we work harder than the other team.
That's all. That's what's been missing.
Now, in this situation we're in, that's all we can do, really. If we work harder than the other team...
Well, people have hammered him as well for coming out and saying that, what do you mean we can't guarantee it? Well, he can't, can he? None of us have got a crystal ball. No. We can't sit there and go, we're going to win 5 of these 6 games. We might struggle against Sunderland last game of the season, but the other 5 we're going to guarantee we're going to win.
I mean, Phil Brown will probably claim to win all 6, but apart
But I think he's been a realist.
Yeah.
He hasn't made any promises.
Yeah. I genuinely say overall I don't have a problem with the appointment at all.
No, I don't.
I think when you look at it on the face of it, you kind of think, what the fuck's going on? But when you actually think about it, you kind of see why it's happening.
Yeah,
no one's been 6 games. Yeah. He's in the coming experience.
I never wanted him, but for an example, you say, imagine we approach Steve Evans and say, we'll give you the gig for 6 games.
Yeah.
He'd say, fuck off.
Yeah, good.
He's going to want at least 2-year deal, possibly 3.
Yeah.
So no, I don't have a problem with the appointment at all.
If we stay up, and it's because you almost have to point fingers at Bob, does he get the job?
I think he'd have to, wouldn't he?
And as long as we beat Rochdale and don't lose to Walsall,
it's Rochdale, Walsall, and Wickham.
I think we can technically still stay up. I think we can as long as we beat Rochdale.
Well, I'm looking at the league table. I've got the league table in front of me, and how we're still outside the relegation zone is astounding. Like, we haven't won in 12 games, and it's still in our own hands to stay up.
Nice.
The standard of this division is it league or division? It's been absolutely shocking this season. It's been the worst standard of League One football I've ever seen.
I think it's the worst standard.
It's terrible.
I've seen.
And again, I didn't see either game against Bradford this season. I didn't make it to the home game, so I haven't actually seen them. But Jesus Christ, they must be terrible.
They must be shit.
They must be terrible because they're the only ones that are now cut adrift.
I mean, yeah, to be that far down,
Yeah.
with the form we're on, and for us to put 4 past them and keep a clean sheet, fuck me.
Yeah, they must be bad.
Yeah.
They must be bad.
I mean,
Well, they've even got their own Twitter account taking the piss out of themselves,
Yeah,
haven't they?
true,
So
true.
I think they know they've known their fate for a while.
Well, we had Theo that game, didn't we? That was his last game for us, and since then we.
Oh yeah, and we won that one.
Yeah,
didn't we?
so
That's another one we could.
what's your personal opinion on that? Him, not necessarily being let go, and I understand we had a replacement lined up,
Yeah,
and obviously that fell through. I get that, but overall, what is your opinion on that?
I never had a problem with him moving on as long as the replacement came in.
Mm.
But how you can sit there and have your deal fall through and then not pull the plug on
We'd
Theo
already
going to
accepted it, that's the
Swindon,
problem. Haven't we? We'd already let him go before we
Yeah.
sorted ourselves out,
And
which
then
I think is ridiculous.
and then there was no recall clause.
Yeah.
And, I mean,
not,
like, listen,
not even that you can have him, but if anything goes wrong,
yeah,
we're putting the plug on the deal.
like, and
And you can
Theo
announce
might
as
have
well.
wanted to go himself.
Well, there were a
but-
few murmurs that he did.
But you know, he's under contract here, and I know like they do become a little bit like puppets in those situations, don't they? Players, where it's like, no, we want you back. Oh no, you can
yeah,
go.
it's a bit of a shit situation.
It is a
isn't
bit
it?
crap, but yeah, to have no replacement actually come in, and it's only a loan as well. It wasn't like he was going permanently.
Yeah, I mean, say the thing that I don't like about it is, firstly, all right, we did have someone lined up, fair enough, but in my opinion, you sort yourselves out first before opening another team
Yeah.
out. We obviously have the money to pay for these two, in the sense that we was paying for the other player.
Yeah, we weren't only taking over wages. We were going to.
Yeah.
Okay, it was small, but
Yeah, we
but
was
it was
paying
still
for
a
some
transfer
player.
fee.
So we must have been able to afford
which
one.
for us is, I think the last player we paid for from right was Kean Bolger
Yeah,
a few years back,
yeah, and that was
a nominal
that was
fee.
about
but
20 grand.
yeah,
25
it wasn't a
grand,
lot.
So yeah, to let him go, and by all accounts, this other fella, I forgot his name now, but he did seem to
Was it
suit
Ferrier?
us. That's it, yeah. He suited the style
Morgan
by the looks
Ferrier?
of it. Yeah, by
Yeah.
being a big man that can hold the ball up. But the thing that kind of annoyed me the most is, as soon as we lost Hopper, obviously we quite liked the direct role. Obviously we was almost going long 2 clocks, so I didn't understand why we didn't just play it in the channel to Theo. He's the only one in the squad really with pace.
I felt a bit sorry for the young lad up front because I thought he tried a little bit too hard to give as good as he got
Oh,
with the wrestling kind of stuff that was going
That's
on.
just an experience.
Yeah, that would, but
Yeah.
but the way we were giving him the ball,
Oh,
give it to him.
yeah.
We were
Yeah.
putting it over him,
Yeah.
and if you wanted to
And
play
he was
that
still
way,
winning quite a few of them.
if you wanted to
Yeah.
play that way and dink the ball over him and let him get a run on,
Yeah.
well, we've got that player out on loan
Yeah.
because that's what he does.
Yeah. I actually quite liked it.
Theo. Yeah, I liked
He-
it.
he-
I
he
liked
always-
he run his bollocks off.
Yeah, and that's all I asked for as a fan. I just want a player that tries hard. That's why I'm a massive fan of Cox.
Yeah.
I've never seen the geezer walk, I don't think. On the pitch.
No.
The only time he walks is probably when we've conceded and he's got the arm.
Yeah, and he's walking back to the centre circle
With
to
the
take
ball
the
in
kick
hand,
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He puts a shift in every single week.
Yeah,
and
and
this
that's-
was- I think he's been treated like a bit like shit this year. And he still managed to get 16 goals.
Mm.
No, could you imagine if we were good?
Yeah. When he played to his feet.
Yeah. You could be like a fan of any other club, say, I don't know, Bristol Rovers. You look at the back of the programme one day, you'd say, fuck me, they got Simon Cox.
Yeah.
I-
That is a
and-
ridiculously good player, I believe.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah,
good player.
I still don't think he'd look out of place in a championship team.
No, I don't.
I
think
really
he
don't.
wouldn't. He obviously wouldn't get 16 goals, but
Yeah.
I think if you play him well, the best I've seen for us was when Theo was playing. It was when Theo and Hopper were up front, and Cox
Was that
in the
Wickham?
10. Yeah.
Wickham, yeah.
And don't
We
get me wrong,
annihilated
we
them
absolutely
that
tore
day.
them apart in that first half,
Yeah.
and until the
Till the
change
subs.
of shape was made.
And
But
so that we played wingers and
for
wing
the,
backs.
for the sake of the change, but that first half and then the say 30 afterwards, we tore them apart.
Yeah.
You had Cox in the middle, just almost pulling the strings a bit. Probably the best game I've seen Dimitri have.
Oh
He
yeah,
was
by a
playing
mile.
his actual
Yeah,
wing-back
by a
role
mile.
and
He was
Just
unreal that day.
exploiting the gaps
Yeah.
behind them. Theo, just his pace, just Hopper just never stops running in that sense. He's an awkward player because he
Yeah.
isn't necessarily massive, but he wins headers.
Yeah,
he's
I
actually
always
quite
thought
quick.
with Hop, I hope he doesn't lose this when he comes back from his injury, but I thought he was deceptively quite quick.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think a defender would look at him and try and size him up and go, "Oh, you ain't going to turn me," and he would.
Yeah.
Because I think you think, "Oh, he's a big man."
His agility was a lot better than it gave away. So
I think it was a goal he scored against Coventry, when he'd only been on the pitch about 2 minutes. Yeah, and he just bodied the defender, turned him, and
fired
at the bottom corner
when he played. I thought brilliant.
So. No, I was gutted when he got injured, to be honest, because I think we said it.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we called this, but when he got injured, it was a bit like, oh shit.
Yeah, it was like if he's out long term, if he's going to be out long term, we are going to nosedive.
Which is that's what the frustration with Humphreys coming in.
Yeah.
Again, another. So you'd have to say really good signings from Powell. Another player coming in looking the bollocks.
Yeah.
And
then he got 2 on his debut.
What's
he got? He got 4. 2 on debut.
4.
1 at Charlton, and then one where he
got 4
got his face smashed in.
The one where he got absolutely annihilated, assaulted.
What did you? I know we've got a list of things we want to get through, but this is one we haven't really mentioned. That injury.
Yeah.
Clash of heads?
No, red card.
Or was he done?
Done. Red card.
I think
it's the goalie being a shit house. I don't think he's gone to do him.
Yeah.
I think he's gone to protect himself and caught him.
Broken nose, that was obvious.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to sniff the back of his own head.
Yeah, that was.
Fractured eye socket.
Yeah.
And fractured cheekbone.
Yeah, I mean.
And the other geezer, their goalkeepers, walked off the pitch.
Yeah, which is what you'd assume is concussion.
Yeah.
Well, he's had a cut on his head. There was blood on his head, don't get me wrong. But
It was probably Humphrey's blood.
Yeah, it probably was.
But, yeah.
I'm quite lenient. I'm always a bit old school. I quite like a meaty tackle, and I sometimes think that it gets a bit soft. But
refs do definitely react to the crowd.
It was a straight red.
Yeah.
I was absolutely. I had to listen to it on the radio. So when you don't really pick it up, I just assumed it was a clash event.
Yeah.
When I watched the replay, he
leads with his arm. He comes to punch it.
Yeah, he's a big lad, Humphreys. He's running. He's run into the goalie. And almost like stopped in midair where he's hitting that hard and just collapsed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're talking about.
Oh, he was knocked out before he'd hit the floor.
Yeah, didn't have a clue what was going on.
No.
Yeah, the Chris Powell reign, so to speak.
Short one, weren't it?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I always put this point on the zone when I say it, and I didn't see him as a player. I know you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You just missed him, didn't you?
Yeah, I missed him by about. I think it was 1 season.
Yeah, so. I actually used to watch Charlton when I was younger, so I've seen Chris Powell play there. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any almost like feelings towards it, if you get what I mean. Whereas say if it was a Barrett coming in, I would have. But don't get me wrong, I was buzzing when he came in, and I thought it was exactly what we needed.
Yeah, I did because everyone was like, "Oh, he's this nice guy, like good character, who put his arm around players."
Which he did. And we saw it.
Yeah, he did, and he got success with that. Like, he's the only Southend manager, or permanent Southend manager, I think, to have won his first 3 games.
I think we did, but yeah. As I say, I didn't see him as a player, so my general feeling towards him was almost it was another manager.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that you never want. I see people react as how you don't like Power, so that means you sort of wanting them to foul.
Anyone that was massively Powell in or saw Powell as a player, and you're upset that he's been sacked. If you're almost hoping that Kevin Bond fails just because he's not Chris Powell, you're a complete fucking moron. To be totally honest,
you're an idiot. The sacking, in my opinion, was, I say, completely justified.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, the way he carried himself for the last 2 games, it almost angered me, to be totally honest.
He looked beaten, didn't he?
He looked completely beaten.
But
and I'm not one for a manager. I'm not one for a manager to rant and rave on the sideline. To be honest with you, that kind of pisses me off. Not pisses me off, but you almost get to the point when it's an opposition manager. You're like, oh mate, give it a rest now.
Yeah.
Come on. You know what I mean? Do your job in the week, and you probably wouldn't have to do that on the side. You know what I mean? But I didn't go to Peterborough. But from anyone I was speaking to, supposedly the second goal went in, and he went and sat down. Now that to me is a beaten man. The injuries were obviously as we've already mentioned, they were the main problem.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly,
but you would say again, it's linking back into injuries. But this is someone that has had injury problems his whole career, like Luke Hyam, who should be an upgrade on Josh Wright, who probably has all the same qualities that Wright has, plus he does put a foot in.
Yeah.
And he will look like he'll crunch someone.
Yeah.
But Only problem with him is he looks like he's going to hurt himself every time he crunches
I
someone.
think that was going to lead on to my point about two of the signings, i.e. Lennon and Hyam.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, from what I've seen of Lennon, I really like him.
yeah.
I think he's exactly what we needed. You know, he was big, strong,
Pace.
and then he was rapid.
He's got pace.
Rapid, but
Something that I don't think many back fours,
No.
fives have in the whole division.
no way. I mean, it's almost a bit of
That is rare.
the higher you go. Obviously, yeah, you know, modern football,
Yeah.
it tends to be quicker, but you know, in the lower leagues especially, you never see it. But we never see him.
Yeah.
You know, he's played what 7 games.
I think he played 7 games and got injured in 3 of them.
I mean, between them, they've probably played about 20 games between them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
I remember at the time questioning both of them, saying I think they're actually going to be good signings, but I worried about the length of the contract with injuries.
Yeah.
And so far, it has been a bit.
Again, I haven't seen much of him because he's been out injured, but a sort of first chance I really got to see him was away at Portsmouth this season. And okay, we lost the game, but
It just makes it tick.
I really liked the way he just got the ball and he gives it every single time. He gets the ball, he doesn't try and run with it, he
Yeah.
just gets it and gives it, and he recycles the play really well. But I think in order for that to be successful, he needs wingers
Definitely.
because he's got to have an outlet.
Definitely.
And when you're playing another defensive-minded centre mid alongside him, there's another outlet
Yeah.
killed. If you've got Drew in there with him,
I don't know.
It's a lot better.
Have them 2 played together this season?
Not that I'm aware
Because
of.
For the last couple of games, they've been the midfield team.
that's
that I
that's
would
the
have played.
pair I'd like to see.
Because I would
'Cause
have
it's
said,
a-
Drew, you can run.
Yeah, it's a good complement to each other.
Yeah.
You've got Heim that will sit. He'll come in and he'll get the ball off the back 4. He'll look to turn and he'll look to release it and he'll get Drew away. He'll get the wingers away.
Yeah.
The Blackpool game, Jesus Christ! If anyone that ends up listening to this could tell me what formation we finished that Blackpool game with,
Yeah.
then I'll
that's
buy you a
how-
season ticket.
But we were seeing the subs come through, and we were thinking, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I was trying to work out what we were doing with it. And I had no problem with bringing off a winger and putting Dimitri on and saying, look, play right mid, but, you know, sit. Then Moore came on. I can't remember who it was. And I remember it said something like, he's now gone to left back.
Was it? I think it was Kelman because
Kelman.
Cox and Kelman started that game.
Yeah,
Cox eventually came off, and
Cox
so
went
did
for
Kelman
Butt.
as well.
yeah.
So we didn't have a striker on the pitch.
We finished with, was it 2 right backs,
2 right backs,
4
4
centre-halves,
centre backs,
and a left back.
a left back, and a keeper,
And
2 CDMs,
Yeah,
and we still concede a goal.
yeah.
Was it any
I mean-
wonder there's just confusion about who's playing where?
You'd be hard pushed to find anyone, unless you went on the Southend Facebook page, that would have started with that formation. So to end it with that
Yeah,
formation,
that was. Yeah, I think I made a comment because I said after that game that it was like incredibly negative, and
it is negative.
we've thrown
There's no
away
doubt
we've
about
thrown
it.
away a win. People are trying to say it's a point gain, and I
It's
said,
not.
well, we've actually ended up at 5 o'clock. We're closer to the relegation zone than we were at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's not a point gain.
Yeah.
That's 2 lost.
It was 2 lost without a doubt.
And then I said, oh, you like you're criticising for the sake of it. I was like, okay, so if we started the following game with that formation,
Would you be happy?
4 centre halves, 2 left backs, a right back, and 2 centre defensive midfielders, you wouldn't think it was negative.
Yeah,
Do me a
that's it.
favour. Of course, you'd think it was negative. Where are we scoring a goal with that team?
You know, I think that's why it ended up being an own goal. Out of everything, it was an own goal.
Just
that
too
we-
many. There's just
There was
congestion.
It's too many people in
Yeah.
there. I think it says a lot that Kieran's come back. He's come back from 17 months out. He scored and he's come back. And then not only that, he's now taking the arm back.
And he's now captain.
Or was for that
Which,
one.
yeah,
game
that
under
now
Kieran.
with Bond coming in, that may well change again.
I
but-
mean, that says a lot. I mean, he does look like a leader.
But he's a bit unlucky with the first goal from the weekend at Shrewsbury because
He just pushes up.
he puts himself in a position to win it.
And
And-
just then doesn't, really.
Yeah, just
Well, I
doesn't,
think he
but-
doesn't initially win the first ball.
Yeah, he does win
He
the
gets
header.
headed back and
He
he's in,
wins the
he's in
header.
that almost no man's land. And I think really his other centre half should protect him.
Yeah, I think maybe if
Or
that's
someone, I mean,
if that's
should
more-
maybe pick him up. But
more, or certainly Lennon. We've mentioned Lennon's pace in there. If that's Lennon alongside him,
yeah, you'd
I
like
don't
to
think they score from that.
What did you honestly think of that game?
There was certainly more effort there. We were pressing higher. Well, when was the last time Michael Keightley got 90 minutes?
Not only that, I actually thought first half he looked well up.
I thought he did. He
There
was
a
chasing
moment, I
everything.
think Hart got tackled and he ran back. And
I've
he-
never seen him
and he
tackle.
Swatted that
Yeah.
gaze off the pitch. and
I've
I thought,
never
oh,
seen
right.
Keightley tackle. They looked up for it.
Yeah,
They looked up for it. The big concern I have going into the other 6 games, I think, because you can work on that. You can keep working harder. Of
yeah,
course you can. We can always work harder.
definitely.
I worry that fitness is going to cripple us.
I think you're right.
Not injury fitness. I mean stamina fitness.
I think and that almost does go mental fitness.
Yeah,
I remember that as well.
Because we go a goal down.
We go a goal up.
Fuck.
And I'm thinking we're actually trying to play a bit here, and we didn't have a shot in the first half. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Well, the golden chance fell to Drew.
If you don't shoot, you don't score. But I mean,
the 2 chances fell to Drew.
Yeah,
who
he hasn't scored, has he? So
yeah.
it's one of them. I almost think he's one of them. I think if he gets one, I'm not saying I think it'd give him a bit of confidence.
He sort of needs one to go in off his arse or something, doesn't he? And he get a bit of confidence because he's got one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think the first chance that fell to Drew, Bun done really well.
Was it the dummy you done?
To let it go through his legs.
Yeah.
You know, in hindsight, maybe Bun should have taken it on, but Drew was in the better position.
Yeah.
So I think it was
that's where you see Bun.
It was smart to let it run through, but then don't want it falling to Drew, do you?
Yeah. You was like, I think we were just knackered.
Yeah,
when I thought about it, I think you was right.
There definitely seems to get to the hour mark.
We start to lag big time.
We get to the hour mark, and you maybe start to think on the face of it, you'd think, oh, they're improving. Like we're talking about the Shrewsbury game, so you think, oh, like Shrewsbury are really improving. They're moving the ball a lot quicker. They're moving in triangles more. They're pressing us higher.
From the face of it.
Yeah, and I think it does look like that, but then I think it probably isn't any different to what they have been doing.
Yeah.
We've just stopped following them.
Yeah,
because,
I think you're
because
right.
we're looking knackered.
Because they had a lot of winning runners. I thought if we do go down, God forbid, we do go down because we
kind of missed this. We had written down the prospect of League Two. We've kind of just skipped over it because the prospect of League Two is that bad.
It's so bad.
There's a thread on Shrimper Zone, the pros and cons of League Two. Let me just say right now, there is absolutely not one pro to getting relegated to League Two. I don't care if we get to play Colchester again, possibly Orient if they come up. Like I want to be going to Derby County, Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, even just staying in this league and going to Plymouth again next season. But there is no pro to getting relegated.
But you mean you don't want to go Forest Green and eat the lettuce?
No, I don't want to go to Forest Green. I haven't actually been to Forest Green, so
I would
like to tick it off.
Yeah,
but maybe a bad example on that one. Well, the cons is everything and the pros is nothing.
Yeah. So
there's no good factor.
There's actually nothing. There is no good coming out of it.
No. You'd have like 10 Forest Green fans in your way end. Brilliant.
I mean, that's half the problem. I mean, Ron, we can't have that.
No.
We cannot have 10.
Because the last time we got relegated to League Two, there was
tough.
obviously massive financial problems, whereas the players weren't getting paid, so therefore all the contracts they had been breached, and they weren't worth the paper they were written on.
This year, weren't there, that some of the players hadn't been paid? So if that, God knows if that happens.
I don't think that has. I know nothing about it, but I just think with the way of the world now, everything gets plastered all over social media. I think you would have heard about it if that was true. The last time we got relegated, that was happening. So all the players' contracts weren't worth anything. So they could all walk. Just chuck them contracts in the shredder because they've been breached. Because they haven't been paid. We're not going to have that this time. So we're going
to have to try and offload them. For...
If we got relegated, the squad we'd have, it would cripple us.
I think it would.
It would cripple us. And that's why we can't get relegated.
I think there's a lot of players actually that would attract interest. So I think it'd be a case of.
I think they would on the face of it, but then as soon as you found out what they're earning, then go, no, I don't fancy them. No.
If we've supposedly got this wage money in place. But...
Yeah, because we haven't got a massive squad. Got a lot of youngsters coming to the squad, so if we've supposedly got the 5th biggest wage budget in the division,
fuck me, I didn't think of that.
There's some big bucks getting spent on some of these players who like, fine, I'm not in charge of the finances, it ain't my money, but if we're in League Two, no one's going to come in and say, I will take him off your hands, and then you see his contracts, and they'll go, oh no, we can't pay him that. All the 4 teams currently occupying the relegation places are in better form than we are over the last 6 games. Yeah. So I think you're right. If we'd have nicked that one win at Blackpool,
it would have been mentally such.
And then we had like, the weird capitulation at Scunthorpe. Just like 15 minutes, we've let in. Like, that's their only win in 6, and they battered us.
Yeah. We played Donny first game of the season with the only 2 players that weren't there, bar the signings that came after. The only 2 players we didn't have was Drew, Kiernan, and Ted Smith. And Ted Smith's going to be on the bench at best now, really.
Lennon played that day.
So we had a full strength team that day, in theory.
But out of nowhere in that, and we battered them. We battered their goalkeeper had the game of his life. He'll never do that again.
And all of a sudden, 5 to 10 minutes in the second half,
we're 3-0 down. Out of absolutely nothing, we're 3-0 down.
At literally, like you say, out of nothing.
Honestly, about 10 minutes. So the frailties were there in her defence.
Yeah, it's almost
in
like
the first game of the season.
Early.
Yeah,
and it just hasn't really been eradicated. So when we had a fit squad, because we do have good players, it was almost not brushed under the carpet, but it didn't matter because we were winning games.
But that's still like what's been happening now. We've still got Hopper and Coker out injured, but we've had Lennon come back, Kiernan come back, Dimitri come back into the back four.
Yeah.
We're still shipping goals.
Yeah.
But I don't think injuries were an excuse for those ones, because that happened. We capitulated in the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Where everyone was fit.
Some people would argue that the writing was there early on.
Yeah.
I mean, when you compare the two, chalk and cheese, Brown and Powell.
Yeah.
We were shit on the back on the Brown. You can't deny that.
I mean, and it was often considered boring.
We would always.
Yeah.
You could guarantee
we
were fitter than the other team.
Yeah, we were fit. We'd work hard. I think he changed too much in his first summer window.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you always have to keep the core of players together just to keep the squad together.
And everyone was quite pleased about this at the time, but we were quick. We were quick this summer. Well, last summer.
Yeah, we didn't leave any late, did
we? We didn't muck about.
The latest one was it Mikulski?
I forgot about him, but that's someone else. So he recruited him. Chris Powell recruited him.
Yeah.
So you must have watched him.
That for me is the worst sign out of that.
Yeah, you must have watched him.
Yeah.
He was never in a million years going to fit that style of play.
No.
One of the most pointless signings we've ever made.
And
I'm not criticising the player.
He was
I'm criticising the recruitment on that one. Like, for how thin on the ground we are for strikers at the minute, you still don't notice he's gone.
Yeah.
That's how pointless it was.
You're actually right. I mean,
you've never sat there and gone, oh Jesus, we could really do with Mikulski.
One thing I want to talk about, Ben Coker.
Yeah.
A few things I want to talk about Ben Coker. Have you been seeing these little documentary things?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
I think it's nice to kind of get an insight
into what it for a player that not only is injured, without a contract.
Yeah, that's kind of made it a bit stranger, really, isn't it? Because
you do still feel sorry for him. A complete freak injury.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's getting married this year, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, whenever he's getting, either way, he could find himself out of work in the
so
summer.
Yeah, you're out of a job, but yeah.
What would you do contract wise?
No, I'd give him a contract.
Yeah,
I'd give him a contract.
I'm not a massive fan of giving players contracts that are injured.
I don't think that's going to be the issue. I don't think us offering him the contract is going to be the problem. I think it's going to be the division we're in.
He's quite clearly said that he don't want to play in League Two, which leads me on to my point of tweets he's received and said. What do you make of that?
I don't know where to start with this, because he's actually received quite a disgusting level of abuse.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. And don't get me wrong.
And there's people, the worst kind are the people that hide behind like shitty fan accounts.
Oh no!
Like, if you're gonna do it, like it's disgusting anyway. But if you're gonna do it, have the balls to do it from your own account.
I mean,
like it's bollocks.
The geezer quite rightly come out in that documentary and said they don't want to play in League Two. Well, to be honest with you, I don't want to fucking watch the team.
I mean, that wasn't what he said.
He didn't actually say that. He basically alluded.
All he said was, contract discussions have stalled until we get out of this mess. Yeah. I.e., figure out what division we're going to be in. That's all he said. Yeah. And then exactly the same as what you've just pointed out. We've said it earlier in this show. I don't want to watch League Two football.
I don't.
So. You can't. Do you to the people that have tweeted him? Do you want to watch League Two football? No. So why are you slagging someone off?
Oh, I don't think
that he's a professional footballer. That's his job. Like, would any of us turn down a promotion in our line of like? Would I want to go and take a step backwards? No. Yeah. I've been there, done that. I don't want to go backwards. I'm going forwards. Yeah. There's a ladder, and I'm going up it.
Yeah. I don't disagree with what he's saying, but they're not. They wasn't actually sort of being against the team. They was almost just saying, I've watched that first half, and I now think we were so bad, I think we're done.
Yeah.
You know, that's someone's opinion. And he's come back saying, fucking get behind the boys.
Yeah. People were jumping down his throat because he was actually tweeted it during a game.
Yeah.
It's like, well, he ain't playing, is he?
He's injured.
What do you expect him to be doing?
I just didn't understand the point of view that it's coming from. I didn't get it.
People are just looking for someone that everyone's pissed off with the situation we find ourselves in, and I think that gave people just an excuse to vent for rightly or wrongly, completely wrongly in my opinion, but it just gave people an excuse to vent.
He's one of the few players that I'm not saying that we've got an article. I don't know the players, but he seems to be one of the few players you see that's got a bit of a character, a bit of a personality.
Yeah,
he's a bit of a lad. So he's he ain't afraid to voice his opinion.
Yeah.
And that's almost, as fans, I think we like that. We
Yeah,
like seeing a
because
player that's got a bit about him. I
fans
can't
are-
stand players that are fucking boring. Do you know what I mean? I don't like it.
Yeah, and listen, like the whole world seems to be on Twitter now or some form of social media, but because these players they're in the public eye a little bit, although they're only League One players, you might think, they're only playing for Southend. It's like people do still know who they are,
Oh yeah.
so that they are on a pedestal a little bit because they've got a bit of profile, even if it's only within the local area. People know who they are,
Yeah.
but fans want to see it and they want to.
They want to interact.
They want to interact with these players, and in this occasion, they want to slaughter a player, and then
because he's actually said support the team.
because
I mean, I don't know.
he hasn't even come out and said anything bad. He ain't turned around and told someone to fuck off, has he? Like,
No, I mean, he should have. He should have.
some of the responses he's
if
got.
I was a footballer, I couldn't be on Twitter.
No, I don't think I could.
Couldn't do it.
I don't think I could.
Because I would say
I'm bad enough now with some supporters, mate. Honestly, some of the shite I read on Twitter is staggering. Absolutely staggering.
That Facebook page is brilliant.
Oh, mate.
That's one of the only reasons
We'll do an
back on
episode,
Facebook.
actually. We'll do an episode. We'll just read out. We'll just read out posts and tweets from Southend Facebook and Twitter.
I mean, it's almost worrying. I mean, where the fuck do we find them? Where do they come from?
Is it the salt water? Do you think?
I think
they're in the sea?
I'm telling you, they're drinking tap water. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Because there's some, oh mate, some of the responses that you just see to the club's official Twitter account or Chris Phillips. I don't know who the admin is of the Southend Twitter, but you've got to have notifications turned off, haven't you?
Oh,
You've got to.
no, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I reply to a few of them sometimes, and he might even think I'm a prick, but at least I'm just normally trying to be funny.
At least you can spell properly.
Yeah, I can construct.
I
a
think
sentence.
some people I look at, and if they've typed it on like a PC or a laptop, or
They just
whatever, not
headbutted
a phone, they've just headbutted the keyboard
Honestly,
and just pressed enter.
yeah. But sorry, just quickly going back, I was stunned, to be honest.
Yeah, I was stunned, but like what we've just said,
I've seen people I know tweeting him as well,
yeah,
and I was like, "Fucking hell,
Yeah.
give it a rest."
yeah,
You know, he's almost saying what fans want to hear: get behind the scenes.
yeah.
It's not like he's replied and said, "Yeah, you're right."
Yeah,
Yeah, we are down.
yeah.
Maybe you said that.
Actually,
yeah,
he's right. Tell you what, we are shit.
We are shit, actually. We're right. We are going down. Oh, and by the way, I'm leaving.
Yeah. 20 years' time, we'll have him as manager.
Yeah.
That's what seems to happen. If you're a decent left back, you become manager.
It'll be shit, but I'll say it's alright. I used to play for it.
Yeah, he played for us 20 years ago. It's fine.
What do you think of Fleetwood? What are you going for?
I think Bond will go with Oxley.
Just as the experience.
Just for a
yes.
bit more experience. One thing I will say, I hope he isn't swayed just by looking at a couple of the names in the squad, like Turner,
Like Kitely.
like Kitely. I mean, I personally would still play Kitely, but
I get what you mean.
just looking at Michael Turner, he's played in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I hope he's certainly had like long conversations with Kevin Keane.
Yeah.
About the players.
They would have. I mean, they would have definitely.
So
have,
yeah,
but-
what I would expect to see would be, I think, a 4-4-2, Oxley in the sticks.
It's hard.
Dimmy.
It's hard.
Hart, fullbacks. If he's fit, Lennon comes in for me, and Kiernan. Be interesting to see if Kiernan's still got the armband. Centre mids. We mentioned it earlier. I think it's the one partnership we haven't really tried, and I know it's not the time for trying things out, but I think their styles of play would complement each other,
Yeah.
and that's Yearwood and Hyam.
I do agree. I think if we played two in the middle, I would do that.
Yeah. Wingers. Now I'm struggling.
This is
Kitely on one. Bunn, Hutchinson. Do you go with the youngster?
I think I'd go Hutchinson, and I actually do really like Bunn, but I just don't think he's got 90 minutes in him.
Up front, Cox. If Humphreys can see, if he can breathe properly out of that nose,
I'm personally going to assume he's not.
No, I don't think he will. So I think he'll stick with the big lad
Yeah.
from the weekend,
Yeah.
Aqua.
And I say this is why I think we differ, because I know this is something you don't like. It's hard because I don't think Dimit's personally 100% fit,
He's
but
probably not.
I would actually genuinely like to see us play with the three at the back. And the reason I say that,
Who's your three?
Kiernan, Lennon, and Moore. because I'd like to think that Moore and Kiernan can actually play a bit. I don't know about. I actually don't know about Lennon. I
haven't seen enough of him.
I haven't seen enough of him, but I'd like to. I've always said to you and a few others that I've always thought Kiernan looks like a centre mid to me, but like a defensive centre mid.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the way he carries the ball or.
He looks like a footballer, doesn't he?
Yeah, he just. I know it's stupid. He looks like a footballer.
So Moore was the same.
He looks good on the ball.
Very
so
comfortable.
Like
yeah.
The defence and the up front almost picks itself. I would struggle with picking the third man in midfield because I'd go Drew and Hyam. At the start of the season, when Dieng and Manton played, I thought, "Fuck me, how have we got these two on a free?" Almost especially then because we'd seen Manton.
It just all felt to pieces all around the same time. Didn't it? Everyone lost confidence.
I think it coincided when we started pissing about and putting Dieng in the number 10.
Yeah.
I almost think he just lost his confidence.
We were forced to do that.
Yeah, forced to do that.
Forced to play Dieng in the 10. There was that Portsmouth game away this season.
Oh, don't.
I felt so sorry for him because I've never seen a footballer look so lost.
Oh, he didn't know what he was doing.
Didn't have a clue what he was doing.
The reason I think he didn't know what he was doing is because he was genuinely trying to play two roles.
Yeah.
When we was going forward, he was blowing up to number 10, and then when we were defending, he was in the free. There's me saying there's us saying I don't want to change things, and there's me saying I'll go fucking far at the back. But I just don't know what he will do.
Yeah, it's hard trying to predict someone's first game. If it was still Ricky Duncan,
I'd say 4-4-2.
Yeah, I think he'd stick with it. It's hard to try and predict what a manager's going to do in his first game.
No, it's a hard one, but either way,
it's an intriguing one, and I'm still like a little bit excited by it because we're not dead and buried.
We're not.
No one is apart from Bradford.
Yeah. It'd be a miracle if they say that.
That's we've just got to this week. Like if we're going to start off taking it game by game this week, we got to do better than Walsall do.
Walsall and Rochdale because of that game in hand.
Yeah, that's true.
I said it earlier. I might be wrong in saying this. I think as long as we beat Rochdale, don't lose to Walsall, and all the other games go in our favour, I think we can still technically lose 4. That's how stupid it is.
It's all pointing towards the last game of the season.
I might be wrong.
We need a win to stay up.
Yeah.
Sunderland need a win to finish second.
We do like spoiling parties, but unfortunately this year we just haven't seemed to do it.
No, we haven't. Even under Phil Brown, and when it all sort of came to an end for him last season, we would nick a result off a top side.
Yeah.
There weren't any of that.
We'd shit out the results.
Yeah, we would. And in Powell's first few games,
Oh yeah, definitely. Not taking anything away from that either.
But do you know why we did that? Because we fucking worked hard.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's what Bond's come in and said he's going to do.
Yeah.
And if we can do that, I don't think we'll have any problem staying up. I really don't. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. We are going to have to work hard for it. But if you can do that, you'll stay up.
So I mean, I wish I was as confident as you. I don't think
I'm not confident because we've said it for weeks now. Win this one, I think we'll be okay. Win this one, I think we'll be okay.
Fuck me! I've said about 6 games in a row.
I've said it since the start of the year,
yeah.
But we just can't get a win. We just cannot get a win. But I do still maintain, get one. Get a shithouse win. Get an own goal. Get a 1-0 on the opposition have scored it for you. Just get a win. And you walk out of that game, you feel 10 foot tall.
We're quite lucky in the fact that Fleetwood don't really have anything to play for.
And Burton.
But if their managers come out and say, I'm not having this, you're playing for your future still, go out and beat them. If them teams score a goal early, I can't see us getting back into the game. I think we're so lacking mentally, and rightly, not rightly, so that's the wrong way to say it, but
you can understand why.
I can totally understand why.
Because it's been so long since they've had that winning feeling.
Yeah.
And we're just currently nosediving towards...
And the second you concede, it's that, here we go again.
Yeah.
It's that, winning breeds confidence. A bit of a cliche. It's a bit...
Yeah. No, but it does. But it does.
But that's the way it is. I'm being totally honest. If I'm Joey Barton, I'm telling my players, get out there, score in the first 10 minutes. And I'll be like, if you score in the first 10 minutes, no disrespect to our players, it'll be the easiest game of the season.
Yeah. Because
we just sacked with all confidence.
I'd go a little bit the other way. If I was Joey Barton, I would say they'll kill themselves by the hour mark.
Yeah.
Because that's when we've been running out of steam. Just weather the storm, because we have still been starting games reasonably well in terms of possession.
Yeah.
The Shrewsbury game, even the Scunthorpe game where we ended up getting hammered.
Honestly, before that goal, I thought we were fucking battering them. And we even said, didn't we? I text you, I think you replied saying, if we don't score the next goal and they do, we'll lose.
Yeah. But we still scored the first goal.
An absolute shithouse goal, and that was it. The end went.
Yeah.
Getting in Bond with Harry could almost be a bit of a stroke of genius.
Mate,
we know what Harry's about.
Mate, about 5 years ago, people wanted this guy to be the England manager.
Yeah.
And now he's helping, in inverted commas,
King of the Jungle, sorry.
Assisting at Southend, where he's managed the team, and Bond has coached the team that's been in the Champions League. Mm. So, like...
I think if I was a player, I'd get a buzz.
Yeah, I would.
I think if I was a player today...
I would. I'd be like, fuck me,
and I saw him turn up and he was giving me a bit of advice and guidance, I'd be like, fucking hell, I read that.
Yeah.
So, before we finish, score.
1-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a win.
We're going to win.
Just because we have to.
Well, yeah, we're winning.
So,
winning.
I'm going to go 2-1.
I'm going 1-0.
And I'm just going to throw it out there, just to be different. We're going to go 1-0 down.
Oh, Christ.
And we're going to come back and win 2-1.
So that's getting all the monkeys off her back in one go.
Everything at once, all finished. We're going to score a goal from a...
We're going to have 10 men as well.
We're going to score from a corner. We're going to score from a corner. And then Drew's going to score from 25 yards.
Who's scoring from the corner?
Michael Turner.
I don't think my nerves could take it.
Harry Staines on the pitch.
With his crown on.
Yeah.
His little jungle crown. Still with his t-shirt and his shorts on from the jungle.
Eating a jam road. Yeah, well, this might even not going out. So
yeah,
we probably haven't hit record.
We have. We've definitely. Don't worry, I've been checking that. But we've definitely hit record.
Well, there's definitely 1 or 2 bits we've got to edit out. So
yeah,
if it sounds a bit odd,
we'll edit out my my toilet break. Sorry, I couldn't hold it.
And when I accidentally dropped the C-bomb, we'll get that out.
I've missed that. I didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
No. But yeah. If we do release this and you like it, let us know what you think. Let us know.
But bear in mind, it is a pilot.
This is a pilot. It's very rough around the edges.
Because our actual outline or script, if you want to go by it, we've kind of gone with it, but we haven't done it in order.
No, we didn't do it in order, and we've probably gone on for about double the amount of time that we wanted it to.
It's about 2 hours now.
This is about 2 hours, 7 minutes.
And it's kind of been us waffling on talking about the same old, but
yeah,
it kind of all fits in really nicely, so it's hard to sort of not go back.
So if you've got a long commute to work, you might fancy this, or if you're just bored one night, or...
Yeah. If you listen to two lads have a chat about football,
yeah, that's all we do. We're just going to have a chat. We'll try and make it a bit more interesting in the future. We'll try and get a third person on at some point. We'll try and get.
Well, we did have a third person lined up.
We did.
That didn't get back to us in the end.
Yeah.
So
we'll try and get some like half interesting guests on at some point. I ain't going to promise anything. I ain't going to guarantee anything. I ain't going to guarantee a win. I ain't going to guarantee a guest. What I'm going to guarantee you is we're going to work hard to get a guest.
Well, there's potential to get 1 or 2 decent guests in.
Yeah.
I mean, the aim is to eventually get, well, even a current player would be great, but like some sort of ex or current
someone that's
player
got
or
a little bit of insight, more than we have.
Someone that's got a bit more, some interesting stories.
Someone that knows what they're on about.
Someone that knows what they're talking about, basically. We're talking about bollocks.
We're just off on complete guesswork, to be completely honest. But
I'm just going as what I see and my opinion. So.
But we've listened to a lot of football podcasts down the years. We thought this would be quite fun to do. There's a lot of topics that we wanted to talk about. This is basically what we'd sit and do in the pub after a game anyway, so we may as well record it and put it out there. So yeah,
at least this way you can understand us a bit. So
yeah, because there's been no alcohol consumed tonight.
I'd like to think that we could actually use it as a pretty decent fans sort of platform.
Yeah.
So if anyone actually wants to come on or message us
at Custard Splat Pod, that is how you can find us on the Twitter.
I hope the majority of you actually understand the reference, but if not, just Google it and you'll see it, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, from what we've already been talking about, a lot of our fans are on Twitter.
True.
Hopefully they find us, and please don't tweet us any abuse.
Yeah, because I'll probably.
Yeah.
I was
We'll
going
leave
to
it
say
there.
that, Mike. We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
Bye.
See ya.